Okay, so I got a special request to react to this video. Someone sent me this video in my TikTok DMs and said, yo, can you please react to this video? So a man said, please. So, you know, JWise must deliver. Let's go.
Guys, let's talk about how I've spent £21,000 so far this year and what I can improve on for the second half of the year. I will caveat this by saying I do live at home with my parents.
You know, I was just reading it. It says, as a financially irresponsible 26-year-old living at home. Because when she first said, you know, I spent 21 grand this year, I'm thinking, well, that's easily doable if you live on your own and that. You know, you got so much bills and that. You know, with the cost of living and that, you can spend 21 grand. I mean, not easily, but, you know, it's much more doable if you've got your own home. And yeah, that's even including mortgage and that. Yeah, definitely. If you're including mortgage, definitely you can spend up to 21 grand and that. I wasn't even really thinking about mortgage and I was just thinking about just the upkeep of the house. But yeah, this is nonsense because she doesn't even have no fucking mortgage. She's probably not paying no rent or contributing very little, but let's see.
Let's jump into it. Personal care, £4,000. This is anything that's like hair, nails, laser, anything to do with my personal care. I would say...
Yeah, so she's spending £400 a month on personal care. All right, I spend, let's say I get my hair cut every other week. Let's say it's £25. Let's say it's £50. You know what? Let's double that, yeah? Let's say it's £100 for my personal care and that. Obviously, I'm a man, so I don't get laser. I don't get no fucking Botox, no fillers, nothing like that. But still, £400 for personal care, that's a bit too much. She needs to cut that down to at least 150 or maybe 200 max for a girl.
This is inflated. Usually it's not this high. I did take out Invisalign at the start of the year. That was like £2,000 or £3,000. I think the second half this year, this number is going to drop drastically. Next up is shopping. £3,500. That's quite a bit. I'm not a big shopper. I'm not sure how this number got so high. I think it's because it was my sister's wedding and I had to buy Indian outfits and they're really expensive and I like nice things. So next up is...
Your need for nice things is what is killing your pockets, which is killing your wallet, which is putting a hole in your purse, ladies. You don't need to stop buying this fucking Gucci, this Moncler, this quote-unquote nice things. This is why you people are spending so much money. This is why you people have nothing in savings. I want to know how much this chick's got in savings. Probably nothing.
Gym and gym classes. So I do go to David Lloyd.
How the fuck? Well, obviously she just said it. How the fuck do you spend 2,300 on gym? Let's say, yeah, David Lloyd's, yeah, is £150 because I phoned up to ask Virgin Active how much they cost and they was telling me like £150. So David Lloyd's, Virgin Active, they're pretty much the same and that. Yo, listen, if you're living at home and I mean, you know what? Yeah, I want more context from this girl, innit? Yeah, like obviously she's just probably just gonna be telling us because I ain't seen this. I don't watch the video. I just react raw. Yeah, no protection, no jacket on. Yeah, raw reaction and that. I'd love to know what this girl's salary is and that. Who the fuck do you think you are to be paying? What was this like? Basically £200 a month on gym. People that go to David Lloyd's are people that should be on 70, 80 grand minimum, yeah? Maybe 60 grand, let's say. Yeah, I'll say, you know what, so someone who's on 60 grand, yeah, you are entitled to go to David Lloyd's and that. But none of you 42 fuckers, yeah? I don't want to hear no one who's on 42 grand a year or 35 grand a year going to David Lloyd's or Virgin Active and that. Virgin Active and David Lloyd's is for people that have got serious, well, on a good salary and that, yeah? Not no fucking admin work on 25 grand a year.
It's worth every single penny. I don't just pay for my membership, I also pay for my mum's. So this is technically 2 memberships.
Right, fair enough. Obviously, when I say fair enough, I mean the numbers are adding up now. But why the fuck can't your mum go to Pure Gym? See, there's certain people out here, yeah, they think they're too prestigious, yeah, to go to regular gyms.
You won't ever catch me going back to a Pure Gym and I'm locked into a 12-month...
I just fucking said the Pure Gym. I swear, I'm not, listen, you man are making me stutter, yeah? I don't watch these videos beforehand, yeah?
contract now, so I can't do anything about this. Holidays, £1,700. I think this is pretty good. I've done 2 holidays so far this year. I've got a couple more planned.
Yeah, that's all right, man. Look, people are entitled to go on 1 or 2 holidays a year, innit? So, I mean, you know, if you've got money that... Anyway, don't make me start now. Don't make me start.
For the second half of the year, I would actually expect this number to probably go up. It is what it is. This was the money I spent whilst being in a relationship. That relationship is gone now, so I should actually save this much money. Bills, £1,600. I'm actually not sure why this is so high, because I only pay for my Netflix, my phone bill, and my Spotify. Like, I don't really have anything else bills-wise to pay for. Yeah, I'm a bit confused about this.
Right, so she obviously doesn't contribute to the household. The fact that, you know, her bills are so low, the fact that she says, what, Netflix, Spotify and that, she didn't say anything about, you know, contributing to any household bills. And I know she doesn't contribute to no household bills. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying I know she don't contribute to no household bills. The fact that she pays for her mum's gym means she don't contribute to no household bills. Because that would be really fucked up and shitty that, you know, you have to pay your mum £400 or £500 a month. I'm just speaking hypothetically. There's certain people in this situation right now. They need to get themselves out of this situation right now. But that would be quite fucked up that your parent will be demanding £400 or £500, and then on top of that, you, like a jackass 2.0, are paying for their David Lloyd's gym membership. So the fact that she's paying for her mom's gym membership, there's no way that she's contributing to any household bills. I'm not saying it in a bad way. I'm just making sense of the fact that, you know, she hasn't mentioned any household bills.
But I'm going to look into it, and this will probably go down. Therapy, we love a girl that goes to...
Bro, don't get me fucking started with this therapy. There's nothing wrong with you people. You just need a slap. Obviously, I ain't seen this video before, so I don't know what the therapy's for. I know it's for bullshit. There's nothing wrong with you. Okay, your ex-boyfriend cheated on you and broke your heart. Get over it, man. Tell some child in Afghanistan or the Congo or from Somalia or Palestine about your traumas, about your anxiety, yeah?
Therapy. My therapist is like the love of my life, I'm not gonna lie. She is probably like one of the only people on this planet who has my best interests at heart, and I need all the help I can get.
Of course she's gonna have your best, quote unquote, your best interests at heart. You're paying her blood. Don't get me started with these therapists, yeah? They don't want to fix people. They want you to keep coming back. Think about it this way. If you went to a barber and all he had to do was cut your hair one time and you pay him £30 and you never need a haircut ever in your life, how the fuck is that barber going to make any money? Big up John Barber. That's my barber, yeah? He's been cutting my hair for like 8 years. If he just gave me one haircut and that was it 8 years ago, how much, like, I don't know, let's say for example, yeah, I pay £50 a month to get my hair cut by him. So I'll pay £600 a year. 6 times 8, is that 48? Yeah, 6 times 8 is 48. So I'll probably spend with him over 4.8 grand. Yeah, just over 4.5, under 5 grand with him over the last 8 years. Yeah. So these therapists, they want you to keep coming back, keep coming back. They don't want to fix you. They want to put you on a 10-month program. £200 a session.
I was in like a toxic relationship for 2 years. I've got an unwell parent and like a demonic sister. So yeah, therapy is...
You are going to therapy because of your demonic sister. Just slap her in her face. Just slap her in her face.
To stay. This is just like odd bits for the family. I'm a ride or die. I live with my family. I do anything for them. So yeah, unlimited
sounds like it.
Budget for them. Transport, again, I can't really do anything about this one. I have to go into the office, so TfL have to take money there. I just drive when I need to drive and then fill up my car with petrol when I need it. Cooper, £900. His pet insurance is due for renewal in August and it does usually go up, so I think this will go up ever so slightly. I've got to take care of him and it's better to be safe than sorry. Friends, £800. I think this is pretty good.
I mean, dogs are for people who are fucking rich. Dogs are for 2 people. people who are rich and people who are poor. Yeah? So it's for rich people because they got enough time and enough money for the dog. And if you're not rich, then a dog is probably going to make you poor. Yeah? Listen, when you're broke and if you ain't financially that good, then you don't need you don't deserve to have a dog, because that time you're spending looking after that dog and that dog causing you an inconvenience and that, you should be using that time to make some fucking money. Now, in her defense, yeah, in terms of the dog, because obviously I feel like dogs and that are an inconvenience, because just in case you need to disappear and that. If she lives at her parents' house and that, well, obviously the dog can just be left with the mum and that. But if you're a single person living in your own house, don't have no fucking dog. It's just an inconvenience, man. And the thing is, you ain't rich enough to put that dog in a pound or whatever and that for the weekend. You ain't rich enough for the people them to come and collect your dog and put the dog in a pound for the weekend. Because remember, it still takes time for you to drive to wherever the pound is and that. What's the chances of there being a fucking dog pound in Edmonton Green?
Considering I see my friends like really often, all of my friends, to be fair, are either broke or trying to save, so we're quite mindful about the activities we do and how much we're spending. Eating out, £745.
Hold on a minute. You seeing your friends, yeah, was £800. That should have been... Listen, I thought, yeah, the £800 was including eating out. So what... Yo, I wish I had this girl in front of me to ask her some questions, you know. What the fuck does the £800 represent? I thought the £800 was eating out and going to the club or whatever.
This is one thing that I really could get this to zero if I really wanted to. Like, there is always food at home. It might not be food I like, but there is always food at home. So, yeah, that's one for me to work on. Office lunches and drinks.
Right, so the eating out must be just general takeaways, got nothing to do with friends.
£500. This is actually quite high. I get lunch for free once.
Oh my days. Do you know, the further this video goes on, the more confused I get. So the office lunch and drinks, yo, ain't that the eating out? The fuck?
A week. So I only need to pay for lunch once a week on the second day I go in. Office drinks I've really cut down on. I don't really go for drinks anymore after work. Office lunches, however, I do need to sign up for a club card and start going to Tesco's. Charity, £20. This is...
Yo, you ain't got money like that. The fact that you're making this TikTok video, yeah, means you ain't got money. And if you ain't got money, you shouldn't be donating.
Quite poor, actually. I feel like this should really be higher. It usually is higher. I'm not sure what happened this half of the year, but this will definitely go up. So yeah, guys, that's basically how I spent £20,000 in the first half of the year. I'm going to do this again at the end of the year and then compare the two figures and see if I've improved or not. So follow along. Guys.
I mean, give a round of applause for Jay Wise, because I don't know, my version of this video with my voiceover is way better than the fucking original, yeah? Anyway, stay tuned for the next reaction video. Big up to the brother that sent me this. I think his name might be Wesley and that. Respect, brother. Stay wise. Done, though.